Hello everyone, and welcome to another video. An extra bonus round this week of famous places, why not? Just to keep things moving. I see here my high score is 24,990, so it'd be good to make that 25,000. Let's play. Give myself a bit of a time limit just to keep us going, and we'll start the game and see how we do. Okay, so 3 minutes here. We're by some great big church. This is probably in Europe somewhere. Quick spin around, cursory of course, just to check where we are. I'm betting we're in France, but I don't recognise it off the bat, so hopes and dreams of the perfect score are already fading, if I'm honest. It certainly is just magnificent though. Now I've been caught out with these churches before. I think there's one in Reims in France, which is where I'm going to go for the guess in a second if I can't find it. That said, this kind of architecture isn't French. This is more German or maybe Swiss. So I'm not sure, to be exact, anymore. Let's go to this bus, for example, and see what we can see. Okay, and the bus is gone, so we can't use that. And the clock is a ticking. So let's zoom into some signs and see what we can work out here. Saint Michel. Okay, well it is in French, so that helps. Of course, that could still mean that we're in Switzerland, I guess. À vendre, yeah, for sale. We've seen that before quite recently. Well, sugar. I'm not 100% sure anymore. Crème. Okay, yes, brilliant. I think that's what I said earlier, isn't it? Well, I hope so. I'm taking credit for it anyway. Now, the problem with Reims is that there's two great big cathedrals kind of right next to each other, and it's very hard to tell, I think, which one is which. So, and one is named as well, and the other is not. So this is the Basilique Saint-Remy, which is sort of quite clearly signposted as being a pretty major building. So I'm going to use that. But then there's, if you scroll up, there is another one, and it's not so clearly marked. Anyway, well, I'm going to have to crack on with it anyway in a second instead of looking for the mystery one. But there is a second cathedral here which always catches me out. There it is, Cathedral Notre-Dame de Reims. So the question is, which one is it? Let's just go back to the flag and start by looking at it. So we are looking basically west, slightly north at this building, and we can see it's got these huge, great big buttresses on it. Now that is the cathedral. It could be that, you know. There's a pretty new road and a park to the east of it. Oh, that could be there. I don't have much more time. Where's my current pin? I'm going for this one. Oh, yes! Fantastic. You see, here there is no park signposted, is there? But we were dead close. Now, actually, I didn't get a perfect score, which is quite frustrating. I think with a few more seconds, we'd have nailed that. But as you can see, very confusing. And also the buildings, just by because they're cathedrals or churches, they're on the same axis and alignment and so on. So they're even sort of in the same direction, which is quite hard to find. And in fact, that is the first. Sorry, they're quite hard to not find, but compare between the two of them because they lie sort of facing the same way-ish here. And that is the first round actually of these two churches or cathedrals where it has been that one. I usually get the Cathedral Notre-Dame. Whereas this time it was this one here, the what's it called actually? The Basilique Saint-Remy. So good to know that there's both. Right, next round. Enough talking. Right, we're in New York, and I think we've actually had this very spot before. I recognise the Lego store. That's right. Yes, we're by the Lego store. This is on Times Square, I think. We can't actually move, which is a bit frustrating. But I remember we can go in the store. So given that we've got 2 minutes and 40 seconds to kill, we can have a look around. Yes. So look, isn't that fun? Isn't that fun there? Now I think it was on Times Square, but I'm not 100% sure. And I can't quite remember how we figured it out last time, but I guess we didn't have the address on it or something. It must have done. Maybe we zoomed in from a distance to see a sign. Oh yes, we did actually. You can see there. We've got the address. So something Ave and West 23rd, is it? Maybe it's not quite Times Square. That's not spot on, is it, for Times Square? But we can hopefully figure it out still. So let's get into New York City. And what do we say? West 23rd, was it? So that is going to be down here somewhere. West 23rd. Let us go back off here and really try and figure that out. So we've got West 23rd and something Avenue. So it's not Broadway. Can we see the reflection of that in the glass? No, we can't really. It's a little blurry and not quite straightened out. What does that sign say there? Does that sign say? It's something like 9th or 8th Avenue, isn't it? It's something like that. Let's go and see. 8th Avenue, 9th Avenue. The time is actually quite quickly ticking away, so we don't have too long. All that snooping around, and we can't actually find it. Maybe it's 5th Avenue, you know. That would put us here, wouldn't it, around grey advertising. Uh-oh. Can't all of a sudden find it. I was being too cocky earlier. Where are we looking? We're looking south, so we're on the north side actually of 23rd Street, aren't we? We're looking for a Lego store. Oh, we're not in here, just zoomed way in, are we? Oh yes, the Lego store, Flatiron District, that's right. Okay, so we're outside there. And in fact, I think we're on the street. I've taken umbrage with this before because we're clearly not on the street. But yes, you see, the flag is quite clearly put on the street, even though that is not correct. So, 5,000 points. We got there in the end, but for some reason that was a struggle. Well, we haven't moved very far. We're clearly looking at the Statue of Liberty. So, got to zoom back into New York City here, and I suspect we're on the New Jersey side actually. That's usually where these camera angles come from. So we're going to be over here somewhere, aren't we? Okay, well there's Lady Liberty, and I suspect we're probably in this park out here, somewhere on this boulevard. Let's just try and triangulate. We can see we're on this boulevard here, although we're a bit further down from where we normally are. By this green park, yes, there's Jersey. There's Jersey City on the left, and so on. And what are we looking at there? That is Ellis Island. So yeah, interesting. You know, funny this. I think this is Manhattan here, but this is pre-construction of the Freedom Tower. So this is quite an old image. In fact, yes, look at this. Copyright 2013 Google. So that's very strange because the Freedom Tower is still not up here. The 9/11 you know, the original site of the World Trade Centers, the Twin Towers, and now the 9/11 Memorial is clearly under construction still, presumably, or at least they've started on the Freedom Tower and all the buildings around there that were obviously rebuilt. But they haven't yet sort of, if they have started, they haven't yet broken above the skyline of these other buildings. And this image, you know, confirms that it was taken a while back. So that's funny, isn't it? Strange one. So we're not in this open water area here. We're a bit closer towards Ellis Island. Enough talking. Let's try and figure it out then, based on sort of where we are compared to these paths. What do we have here? We've got a path leading off, and another one kind of joining us there. So these paths are actually marked here on the map. We're not by Ellis Island Bridge. Can we go down here and just see where we are for a second? I'm just using these paths here to triangulate myself. We're not near Ellis Island Bridge, at least not yet, so I think we might be up here, you know. I think we might have started about there. I'm not going to linger. I think we've nailed it. Oh! 0 meters. Few of those coming through recently, so thrilled with that. Next round. That was an extremely lucky 0 meter guess. Okay, this is another funny European one. What do we have here? This funny old courtyard. The last time I saw this was when I was playing this game on my iPad, which, those were the days. My, how the channel has evolved. Casimir. Now, I can't remember where this is, but I think we're in Denmark. Pardon me. I think we're in Denmark. Can I get out of here? If that is the case, actually, I've never been able to get out of here before, I don't think. So here we are. Kronborg Castle and fortifications. And when you see an OG fortifications like that, the OG is and in, I think most Scandinavian, isn't it? So look, we're near Copenhagen. I think it's north here. Is this castle? What's it called again? Kronborg or Kronborg? Kronborg. Is it in Copenhagen? I don't think so. I have a sneaking suspicion it's up north, actually. Yes, it is. Kronborg. There we go. Now, look, the reason, I mean, this is the problem with the famous places round, really, is that I have experience playing this round now. So, you know, unfortunately, there's less discovery involved, and there is more memory involved, shall we say? But look, you know, such as the game, you can still play the game. I'm just going to triangulate myself. We're looking north here, and we are on. If I turn here, we are looking east. So we are on the west side of the square, and we're ever so slightly, I would say, to the north, because that's presumably in the centre. Maybe that's a bit of a guess, but look, we've got this little outpost here. We're by that, and we're not smack up against the wall, are we? We're a bit out. We're a bit removed from it. So let's put ourselves, you know, out there somewhere, shall we? And go for the guess. Few meters away. Next round. Wow, well, would you look at this? This is another pretty view. We've got here dock restrooms. I wonder if we can guess where we are without turning our around. I think we can. This is Alcatraz in San Francisco Bay. This is actually another one to really... Yes, it is. Good. This is another one which is quite hard to narrow down, because it's not very well sort of... It's quite hard to get around. And sort of on the island, I think, in terms of... What am I trying to say? It's quite hard to pin yourself down as to where you are, because there is not a lot that is mapped on the island in terms of these kind of walkways and where the cameras might be. So let's just see what we're looking at here. We started... Come on, I just want to go back to start. Okay. So we are looking there north west. That is north. So we are looking north. And we can see this headland in the distance, for example. Would that line up with anything? Just keeping my cursor north. Yes, perhaps that headland there of this island here, Angel Island. So that would make sense. I mean, I know we don't have the perfect score yet, again either, but are we at this intersection here? For example, we see we're in a queue, and this is the entrance and exit here, and the Alcatraz Island guardhouse. So I suspect we're going to be on that bluff there. Let's just see if we can see the requisite buildings to our right and left. You see, we can't. that, and that's a bit annoying. What we do have is the water tower, looking, I would say, sort of northwest-ish. So is the water tower on here? Well, you see, that's not obvious either, is it? Perhaps it's that thing? In which case, being here, putting us here would be about right. Perhaps we're here, you know? Perhaps we're here and we're on that corner there. I'm going to go for the guess and we'll just learn, won't we? Oh, so, you know, we weren't, well, we were sort of close. Hard to triangulate, as you say. Could have been there, had us there originally. Oh well. Again, not quite a perfect score, so slowly losing them. 24,997. So the perfect score still awaits, but nonetheless. Hope you've enjoyed playing that game. It looks like there's only 4 there, but there are 5 because there's 2 in New York that are extremely close together. So they're just overlapping each other. So yeah, look, I enjoyed that nonetheless. It's becoming more a game of memory for me with the famous places rounds. And perhaps I'll search out an extended famous places map if anyone has made that. That would be fun to play. But nonetheless, I've enjoyed the round, and I do like how it's possible to do well on these maps. It makes it nice. So hope you've enjoyed the extra video. Thank you very much for watching. If you enjoy the channel and haven't subscribed yet, please do so. It really does help, and as you can see, we're looking to grow. So thank you very much for playing with me today, and I'll see you in the next video.